Alright, we're here today with my 23 Polaris Ranger Crew. We're going to do some work to it. The other day I went for a trail ride, came back to unload it off the trailer, and I heard clicking in the rear end. After some investigation, found out that the ring that held on the boot over the CV joint had slid back and cut the boot. And I think after a couple rides, I've been doing this for a while, I didn't notice it. It finally ripped it, clear off. And you could look inside and see that the joint's all rusted and it started to click. So we're going to change it today. I got two shafts, one for both sides. So follow along as we do the one side, then just duplicate it on the other side. Should be pretty simple to do. They're whole shafts. They weren't too bad. I ordered them on Amazon. They were here like in 3 days. So from what I gather, all I have to do is remove this bolt here, and the hub will swing out of the way. Take off the front of this bolt, take off the end of that, swing that out of the way, and then pop the shaft out. You can see it's been ripped for a while. Alright, after we got that nut off, the next thing I'm going to do is going to take the brake caliper off, hang up out of the way, which is a 15 millimeter, and take off the hub on both sides, which is 15 millimeter, and then pull the hub away and then yank the shaft out. It's a plan. Let's see if it goes. Okay, we hung the caliper out of the way just so we don't put pressure on the line. Next thing we're going to do is going to take the hub off. Alright, so we got the bolts off the top of that. And I believe it's just a couple taps. And that fell right out. So now we just got to get this shaft out, which I'll probably drop the bottom bolt there. Pull that out, and we should be good to go. Alright, stay with me. Okay, we got it out. So all you do is push it in and give it a quick yank out. You want to push this bar up so it's out of your way. And just push it in, give it a good yank. You can see here, this is where the clip went there, and it's pretty shot in here. So this clamp had to have fallen off there and cut that boot up. So either Polaris didn't connect it at the beginning when they installed it right. This one seems to be right down here. The one up here just fell off. So let's get the new one out of the box. Alright, so these are the ones I got off of Amazon. Niche Industries, I guess that's the way you say it. So let's open this up and take a look at what's inside here. So I looked at them. Some of them, they're all chrome alloy. They all say they all make about the same. One claims a little bit harder steel than whatever. As long as the joints last, I mean, as much as you run these and you go through mud and dirt and stuff, you got to be expected these are going to have to be replaced on a pretty much, maybe it depends on how much dirt you through. The more dirt you go through, the more you're going to get into it. So let's take it out of the box, put it here next to the old one. Kind of hard to do here with one hand. Comes a new nut on the castle nut on the end. Let me take this out of the bag and I'll be right back. So here's a comparison of the two side by side. I mean, they're almost identical from the Polaris. So the only thing I didn't see in the box or the bag was, see how this old one has this rubber ring on it? The new one didn't have one on it. So I'm going to take that rubber ring off to make sure I put it on this new one, because I'm pretty sure you need them on there. So that's the only difference I did not see. So this is on here pretty good, tight, so I don't see that sliding off. Just chewed that up. Okay, let's get this one put back in. Same way, reverse it. Alright, got the new shaft put in. Wasn't too hard, probably took about half hour. So take it for a ride and see how it sounds. Alright, took it for a ride, just got back. went really good. These are easy things to change. Don't be afraid to tackle it yourself. The biggest part of this is making sure that you push that shaft all the way in and that ring locks in there and holds it in place. I'll tell you a quick story about a shaft, CV joint shaft, about a car we bought one time. Me and my buddy were a lot younger, and we were out looking for cars, and we found one for $200. It was an Oldsmobile. I think it was an Omega. I'm not really positive the year, but it was a front-wheel drive, had a 2.5 liter Chevy engine in it. And the guy said, oh, you know, I just had the shaft changed, and I think the transmission's bad, blah, blah, blah. So we paid him $200. It was a beautiful car in really nice shape. Turned the wheel, got in there, and jammed it all the way in there so that shaft would click past that ring. Never had a problem with it again. So I got a really good deal on it. So just make sure when you're putting those half shafts in that you shove them all the way into the transmission so that the rings lock and hold that CV joint in place. Otherwise, they'll pop out and they just won't run properly. So thanks for watching the video. Make sure you like, share, comment. Look forward to seeing you next week.